Getting rid of some limiting beliefs or some beliefs that are holding you back from seeing your true vision right now is a mindset that is going to help you. All right, my friends, welcome back, or welcome to Soul Whispers with Michelle. I'm so happy to have you here with me. This is a soul-led message, which means if it doesn't resonate deep within, or if you're fighting with the story in any sort of way, please, please, please leave it behind for the souls that it is meant to find. May love hold you, may truth guide you, and may you be released from whatever is not yours to carry. If that message was enough for you, please remember to hit the like button on the way out. I really appreciate you for stopping by, and I hope I can serve you again. For those of you that want to jump into more of what your soul's whisper is within this season, stick around with me. So this was interesting. It does appear that there's some sort of limiting belief that is stopping you from seeing that fuller vision. So right now you are in the season of, we have rebirth and thrift. We have Taurus feeding Aries, or Earth feeding your fire. So the rebirth, that makes sense, right? Because there's something that's holding you back, that's keeping you in place. Now, what's interesting about this beehive is a lot of times with this particular deck, I feel like this is your brain. Or I don't know if it's that. It's like this is your expression, and these are all other expressions or beliefs or mind constructs that you've adopted that are penetrating your expansion. It's like these need to come out because these swords are not a part of you, and they're hindering your vision. Now, you are in the season of this rebirth, and you're in the season of using the physical resources around you to feed your impulses in a positive way. Meaning, whatever you are physically doing, this is the season you're in, is whatever you're physically doing is actually feeding your impulse. So you're moving away from, we have Six of Wands. That's interesting. And loyalty. Ooh, why are you moving away from that? Okay, this is reminding me of ego stuff. The Six of Wands can be like, like victory, I suppose, or really bringing forward an idea and bringing it into harmony. But what I'm sensing here with this loyalty is you're moving away from this loyalty to whatever these constructs were. So maybe the person that gave you these ideas or helped you come up with these constructs or these mindsets were really important to you at one point. And they really guided you at one point. But it seems like right now your soul's wanting to move away from that and wanting to move towards, we have Princess of Wands. This card in particular makes me feel like she's the one that's going to go out and explore everything, right? She's impulsive, but she's happy impulsive. Like she's like, I'm going to try this. I'm going to try that. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try that. Fully free, almost to a detriment, because there's more impulsivity and childishness than there is like a sovereign kind of, well, it's like the opposite of this card. Instead of being stuck, she's running around doing whatever she wants. Whimsy. I love that came out. A heart that loves is always young. And this is what I feel like you're moving toward, okay? Yeah, that might feel good. Like, it's interesting because the energy, like having loyalty and being successful feels good. So you wouldn't think that your soul would be like, yeah, we accomplished that. But it feels almost like this was a construct. This is what you thought was going to make you happy. That's what the influence that you got. But what's actually making you more happy is this like whimsical, young, like anything can happen, like very playful type of energy. All right, let's see. What is this? What you are. The purpose of this current season is for you to learn or experience. We have 8 of Pentacles. There's an intensity here. The 8 of Pentacles to me is like diligent in what it is that you do for a living. I feel like there could be more, hold on. Well, I feel like it's mastering something, okay? Learn or experience mastering some sort of resource. Whether that's your energetic resource, your financial resource, I'm not sure what that, well, we have dignity. So what do we have? We have Virgo feeding Sagittarius, expanding yourself, making changes to expand yourself. So this is about you taking something that you have been working on or mastering and expanding it. So it almost feels like it does need to change directions in order to expand. The characteristic that will help you, or you're being asked to embody in this season, we have the 7 of Pentacles, which is a little bit about patience and really understanding that whatever you're doing is going to take time. But I'm getting this feeling, but it's worth it. Like, it's going to take time, but you're going to enjoy the journey. There's something here too about that, about the awareness to enjoy the journey and not just getting to the destination. Because the destination point, once you arrive at it, it's quick and it's fast, and then it's just there. And it's almost like all of this work for nothing. So if you don't, it's almost like a wedding in a way. And I say this because you spend so much time, sometimes multiple years, planning a wedding, and it's over in a day. I mean, it's over in a couple hours. Like, you know, the ceremony and the reception and all of this planning, like, it's over in so long. And so I feel like there's something here about you being or finding joy or fulfillment or fun, even because of this whimsical kind of character coming out in the interim, while you're allowing this thing to wait, to produce results for you. And then we have receptivity coming out with it. So we have, what is that? Not Aquarius feeding Leo. So you're thinking really affecting the way that people see you, okay? Really affecting your fire. And I think that there needs to be a little bit of patience, because as you make this change from this, you know, loyal, feels more masculine, very serious, to this more whimsical, I'm going to see how this works, and I'm going to see what happens, slowly over time, you're going to see that you will actually shine more, like you're going to be more radiant. But it's just going to take a little time, that's all. Okay, and then if you go with this change, you will experience, we have King of Pentacles. Well, that feels awesome, because it feels like you're going to be able to master your resources, be it financial, be it just even energetical. Like, you're really going to be able to direct resources. I don't know how to say it. Reliability. I think you'll become more reliable. Okay, that's what you'll experience, is the receptivity. What you're going to receive is going to become more reliable if you go with this change. We have, Capricorn feeding into Sagittarius, which is the work that you're doing, the work that you're putting in, really feeding into your expansion in a reliable way, which is pretty cool. Okay, if you resist this change, you will well, please don't resist this change. no. I mean, just put it this way. I say this all the time. So if you've been here, you know what I'm about to say. Every part of your life is the soundtrack of your soul's journey, right? And so because we may make a couple of detours or we don't follow exactly that soul whisper, we might find ourselves like kind of off the beaten path for a little bit. Sometimes if that energy there is good, sometimes, and that's the unfortunate part about this situation, is that it's going to be heartbreaking. You're going to experience heartbreak if you resist this change, if you don't. And in a way, I understand it. I resonate so strongly with this energy because of where I was. Like, I thought I had to be serious. Like, I thought I had to be this energy to be successful and all this stuff. But what I found was when I went more of this route and I found some fun, you can create a structure from the fun. Like, the spread is a structure. The way I do my readings, there's a structure. But it's like within the banks of that structure, I get to have so much fun. And then I experience more of this energy versus that energy. Now let's see what else came out. Limitation. I mean, yeah, I don't think there's much else to say with that. You will experience limitation. You will experience that lower frequency of what will feel like heartache, but really it's just trying to get you to make the change. What to do? What would be helpful to do right now? We have the beekeeper. Take a leap of faith. Take a leap of faith in this change. And remember, like, if you're resonating with this message, if you are resonating, where was I going with that? Oh, if you are resonating with this message, it's like you want to trust this message so badly, because I feel like there's such a huge part of you that wants to be this whimsical, fun-loving child energy. But I just think there's a lot of constraints within you, these mental constructs that are keeping you stuck. And I think a lot of that too is fear-based. And so you're just being asked to take that leap of faith and indulgence we have. I feel like indulge a little bit, enjoy the fruits of your labor, that is where I feel like the childness comes in. Okay, you do the work, I do my reading, I put it out there, and then I just go enjoy my life. And again, this is part of the journey, because while this is, work for me, this is also fun for me. And I feel like you can see yourself in some sort of, I'm not saying you need to be a reader or even get into this type of work. That's not what I'm saying. But it is you, like, it was really hard for me to put all this out at first, thinking, well, I guess I put it out. I had to change my belief that, this was not something that people were going to be interested in. And, this isn't something that you can build a career on or make money on. And I had to, it would kind of hinder the way that my readings would flow. And when I finally found this place where I was like, I'm just love doing this, and I'm going to trust that I receive the energy back from the energy I'm putting out. But I have to make it fun for me. And it's a mix. It's actually a mix between these energies. So take the leap of faith in, I feel like this is almost experimenting, right? Because with the Fool, or the Keeper as this card is, you are, you're just beginning something. So it would make sense then you need that childlike energy to come through so that you can play a little bit. And especially in the beginning of things, if you do take it too serious, it's like you're never going to have liftoff. What do we have here? We have Taurus feeding Capricorn. The moves you make feeding the moves you make. Taurus is the nurturing energy, right? So if you use nurturing energy, like that whimsical energy, it's going to feed into that Capricorn energy of let's go, I've got the energy to do this. All right, and then how you will know you're on the right track, we have 10 of Wands in totality. The 10 of Wands is, to me, you're in a liminal space. So a burden has ended, or something, some creative project has ended, a spark even for you has ended. And the 10s are this liminal space where something is ended, but the new thing hasn't quite come in yet. And we have, again, Taurus. There's feels like a lot of Taurus energy in this. We have Taurus feeding Libra. So your nurturing actions feeding your mind. So you may be a little bit stressed out, and I can see, like, when you're the Eight of Swords energy is typically a person who is the portrayal of it in most decks is like somebody who is stuck around 8 swords and is bound, even though it's not tied. They just think they're stuck. And so I feel like for you, you're gonna be the actions that you take are going to start feeding into the unstuckness. And instead of being weighed down, like they show you this bee with all of the pollen on it, it's done its job, right? And now it's returning to the hive because the burden is starting to get too heavy. They cannot hold anymore. It's done its job. It's completed. And now it needs to go back to the nest, put it there, and then go back out, right? And I feel like you're going to the totality. In a way, I feel like you're going to feel unburdened. The whole is greater than the sum of the parts. I feel like you're going to understand that when you move into this more whimsical phase, that it is going to affect all of the different parts. The totality of everything is going to change, making this little move. And you're going to, I feel like, again, have come to an end of something, and you will begin anew. And it almost feels like even a new project, because there's something with that. If this whisper supported you by bringing you some clarity or direction, or just confirmed your own soul whisper, I ask that you reciprocate that support. My Venmo and PayPal are in the description if you would like to support this space in a free way. Liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel will do that, and also will help people find these messages that need to find them. Until the next whisper, my friends.